Hello everyone, it's Terry. Welcome back to my channel. And I am going to try to do an update for July. Granted, I'm going to try to keep it short. Well, as short as I can. So let's just jump into it. These are some orchids that I pulled off of my kitchen sink. This is, of course, my LC Lung Tone African Beauty, smelling so nice. It's very spicy. It's a cross. It's got a lot of bifoliate species, Giada, Tigrina, some Arantiaca, and I'm not sure what else right now. Behind that is this path, which there's another spike forming right there. This is a cross between Path Sucaculii and Path Rothschildianum. And right next to it is my Dendrobium Memorial Dipernici, which is Alexandrii times something. I'm not sure. Maybe Violacea. It's probably Violacea. Atroviolacea. That's what I'm trying to think of. Down below here is my LC Richard Mueller Newberry, still struggling to open. And right next to it is my almost blue orchid. This is Quisocentrum. Well, that's not the name. That's what it's tagged, but that is not the name. It's something else with a G. But a very nice plant nonetheless. Looks like it's bloomed from every leaf axil. And then here is one of my Brassavola glauca. And I'm not going to say too much about this, but because I'm going to feature this on my An Orchid a Day tomorrow morning. But there are numerous growths happening all over this plant, minus the weeds. But as I said, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So, starting up here, this is my Dendrobium Paniculatum, which had got a little bit too much rain or just too much water in general, and so half of the plant has rotted off. So I've been trying to keep it a little bit drier over there to salvage some of it. I have all of my mounted plants over here. Some of these are newly purchased. This, I think I've had a week. Well, where's my tag? That is a jungle. Maybe it's right here. Well, anyway, I'm not sure where the tag is. Okay, but I think that is jungle elf times Nodosa maybe. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, mounts. Lots of roots on the mounts. There's Brassavola crosses. A lot of these are newly mounted up. This is my problem green emerald orchid queen, which is having a second rebirth from these two new growths that came from an almost dead plant. Up here is my Epicattleya Charlie Brown, which just bloomed in the spring, and it's got a new growth that Okay, well, I'm spending a little bit too much time on this, but there's a sheath right there. Again, this is my Lasianthera Dendrobium. New growth, roots. LC Siamese Doll Kiwi. This is my Dendrobium Paniculata. It's got and it's just mounted on that. This is my Epidendrum deforme, which is still in bloom. There's another cluster of flowers over there. These are some newly mounted epidendrums, no encyclias, I'm sorry. This is, well, where's the tag on that? But I know this is my Hoku gem. And somewhere in there are a couple buds. Yeah, right there. Okay, well, anyway, you saw him the first time. Okay, go inside. More Brassavolas. This is my Epidendrum Parkinsonianum with numerous new growths coming out. This is my Cattleya wedding song. Still has a couple buds in there left to open. My Epi Green Hornet, still blooming away. My BC North Miami has got a sheath right there. Let's see, what about over here? Not much, just a lot of growth. Yeah, just growth. This is my Epidendrum reniferum, which is reblooming again. Same as what Todd's is doing. I'm going to point out this is my Encyclia marina, which has a new growth on it, and the newest growth is maturing. Very happy with that, which is a cross between Epidendrum Marii and Epidendrum citrina. On down this way, a couple of Cattleyas down here that have sheaths on them. There's one, and it has another new growth on it. This one right here has a couple of sheaths. There's one here, and then there's one over there, another growth on the same plant. It's interesting, I did a video this week on Richard Mueller crosses, and it's funny, I walked in here to show some of the crosses, and I went from these that are down here, went right past this one, and this one, and that one back there, and skipped all over to this one. But this one is Bill Worsley, BC Bill Worsley. It's just bare root in this pot. It's got a lot of nice growths. This one back here is my Hawaiian Leopard Mei Ling, which has 2 new growths. And then this one right here is LC Sunset Memory, I believe, or Sunset Glory. Sunset Glory. And these are all recent repots. This looks very haggard, but it's got some nice healthy new growths. What else back here? Still waiting on these buds that are right here. Looks like one of them blasted. And there's another spike over there that's right here. This is my Veichi, my Angraecum Veichi. Tons of new roots all over the plant. Some of these new growths down here are little kikis. By the way, the plant before that one, that's my Miss Mahler Memorial Fred Tompkins. Let's see what's going on over here. Not a whole lot, just some growths. This is my Dendrobium falciparum, which doesn't look so hot. Some of these bulbs, but there's still some live bulbs. My little Rhinanthera down here. This is my Rhinanthera citrina. This is another one of my long tone, or maybe this is, yeah, that's my regular long tone LC, and I have another one that's over there. Back over this way, that plant right here with this new growth, and there's another new growth. Right here, this is my Dendrobium Gatton Sunray, and right next to it is a cross, which I think is a Speciosum cross. It's an Australian Dendrobium, nonetheless. A cross, if I can get the tag. Sunny Vista crossed with Dendrobium Dunakaila. So try to get that back in there, but this is the newest growth, and there's a sheath right there. Nice big new growth. Actually, that Gatton Sunray's new growth is really nice as well. This is last year's growth, which you can see is growing horizontally. This year's growth is growing up and up and up. I wish I could point out some of the stuff that's going on back over there. That's my Hercoglossum, Dendrobium Hercoglossum, with lots of new growths. This is my Dendrobium Findleyanum. Let's get back this way. This is my newly acquired Dendrobium Nindi, which I got from Equigenera and mounted on this. You can see there's new roots right there. This is my other Nindi right here. That is doing really well. Goes way up there. Okay. What else should I point out to you? Hope you can hear me okay. This back in here is my Clover Stylus. This is Clover Stylus. Orchid, I believe. There's a new growth. And there's a new growth down there. This bloomed last year. It's got spider flowers. Looks like Epidendrum ciliare. I believe Epidendrum ciliare is now Clover Stylus. Speaking of which, this is my Epidendrum ciliare, which is, I guess, Clover Stylus. It's a recent repot, and there's two new growths coming up right there. This right here is my Dendrobium that I'm in love with. It's a Phalaenopsis. This is my Velvet Melody Winter Wine. The darkest, most silky looking Dendrobium. I mean, I love it. It's so dark maroon. It's almost black. This back here is my Angraecum Linford White Beauty, which is a cross between the King and the Queen, which is Sesquipedale, which is my sad one right there, which is slowly dying. And Magdalena, which is right here, which just finished blooming so nicely for me. But I just got this plant this summer after losing my other one, so it's probably not going to bloom for me. What else is going on out here? There's a sheath right here on this Cattleya, which is Judith Lynn Hauserman Marty. I know. This is my Areopsis biloba, which I just got from, where was it? Equigenera? Yeah. Look at those roots. I just newly mounted it on there, and the roots are almost onto the mount. Very good. Hopefully I'm not spinning too fast. I am going to pull this plant down right here. This is my Dendrobium Magnum, just because it's easier to see from this viewpoint. And you can see there's a spike in inflorescence. There's 3 right there. That's all that I see so far. There are more new growths coming up around the base of the plants. I don't know whether those will develop into spikes or not. I mean, I'm happy with 4, being that I've always wanted this plant, but assumed that it would be too of a, not a cooler grower, but I just assumed that, you know what, I'm just going to leave it down here for the purposes of this video before I have an accident. This right here is my Dendrobium golden Aya, which I've had for a year. It bloomed nice in the spring. Has very nice crepe paper like blooms. They're yellow and they smell like lemon. It's got a lot of nice new growths coming out all over the plant, on the sides. Theoretically, you grow this like it's a Dendrobium nobile. Lots of water in the summer, and then gets a rest, and then it starts putting out spikes. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that's probably about it. You know what? I'm gonna straighten this up while I'm over here, because it's just hanging up, kind of in a bad position. All right, but yeah, let me show this. I had made a video where I had unpotted this and mounted it, and you can see those roots right there already. And somewhere on this mount there is a new growth coming up, same as for this other little piece of the Dendrobium aggregatum. It's got some roots coming up. All right, I feel like I've missed something, because it doesn't look like I've really covered anything in here, but that's okay, because it is what it is. I'm going to keep it moving. Over here is my big Schomburgkia. I believe this is undulata. There's 1 new growth, there's 2 new growths, and this is another new growth. Well, as I was saying, this is my Schomburgkia undulata, the 3 growths, and there is another one down there. And right here, this is a big Brassiocross with numerous new growths. I hope that will bloom. Right down here, this is my Angraecum superbum. Not really doing much right now. So let's go in here, see what's in here. Hopefully you're still hearing me okay. So we are in the greenhouse now. So there. This is that Amphidendrum, which is a cross. Rene Marquez crossed with Paniculata. Numerous new growths. There's a new growth right here in the back of the plant. Very nice. All of these plants are pretty much doing really well. This is a new acquisition from Columbia imports that I got. These are my Pescatorias. That's Serena. And you can see the roots down there that are going into the media. And then I have this one right here, which is that Pescatoria. And as again, you can see the roots and you can see the new growth. So that is doing well so far, fingers crossed. Over here is a table full of just an assortment of things. There's some bulbophyllums. This one is in spike. Then there's two more possibly in spike. Behind there is my bulbophyllum. I believe that's Conchulatum. And then I have a tray down here of bulbophyllums. That is Wilbur Chang, and then I think there's Subulatum, I believe, or Orthoglossum. I think that one is Orthoglossum. This is my Dendrobium Joyce Kelly, which has been in bloom for months. Still looking very nice and pristine and fresh, surprisingly. I mean, literally, it's been all summer. Back there, nice new growth coming up on this Cattleya. 13. There's a bulbophyllum in front of here. That's my mean Garuda with a few new growths. There's a nice new growth with the sheath on my Epicattleya. That's my Volcano Trick Fireball. And this is a big-lipped Phalaenopsis. Just an assortment of stuff. This is a Miltoniopsis. Over here, these are a lot of my Phalaenopsis. This is two new repots. This is my Schilleriana, and this is my Philippinens. Yes, looking a lot better. This is another. What did I say it was? Now I can't. There's a tag. Schilleriana. That's what it is. This Phalaenopsis is in bloom, which is, I believe it's gold staff something, Dortonopsis. This is my Phalaenopsis bastianii, and all of the spikes, inflorescence, have got side growths. And this one that's going down this way is doing the same thing. This right here is one of my Cornocervis, Phalaenopsis Cornocervi Jungle crossed with Cornocervi Yellow. Love these. Cornocervi, you never want to cut the spike off as long as it's orange, or until it browns up, until it dries up. That is when you can cut it. But as long as it stays, this is another Cornocervi, as long as it stays green, then it is always possible of putting out some blooms. And I think one of these, yeah, here we go, right here. If it would focus. Well, anyway, there are some buds right there. But of course, my camera just doesn't want to cooperate. Let's see, nothing else over here. This is a Phalaenopsis fasciata. It's a species, it is fragrant. The plant lost a lot of its leaves. I had to spray it with some Physan, but it seems to be stable now. We'll see how it goes. Spikes do seem to be progressing with the side branching over there, and also it seems to be active at the tip. So fingers crossed on that one. What else? This is my Laelia anceps, which is in spike, going up, up, up. It had 3 new growths on it. This is another new growth. And I believe this is the other new growth, but they did not bloom or produce an inflorescence. Okay, that's fine. This is a cross, a Dendrobium cross. This is a Laturia cross. This is Dipernici crossed with spider lily. Not yet quite open yet. Getting there though. Nice spots on the outside though. Not much going on down there. This is my Dendrobium Shiraishii. How do I pronounce that? Shiraishii. Red Lip Wonder. It's got a nice new growth coming up right there. Had this, can't remember when I got it. Maybe I got it over the fall, winter into spring. But it is still alive with a new growth on it. So fingers crossed on that one. Moving on down towards the, we're going east. Still got a few blooms on it. This is my cross of the Epidendrum prismaticarpa times brassavali, which is not Epidendrum anymore. It's probably Prostechia, but nonetheless, very long lasting. Flowers are past, but while it was nice, it was very, very nice. Commanded the attention of the whole greenhouse. Down here, this is a Coelogene schilleriana that I have had for a year and almost gave this up for dead, but it started sprouting this new growth and it has continued to maintain it. So I will keep it on, going on, as long as it stays there. These are a couple of my bifoliates that I've moved inside. They were outside, but they are both in sheath. There's a sheath, and there's 2 sheaths right there. This is my Cattleya aurantiaca Sunshine, which is a yellow aurantiaca, and this is my Cattleya guatemalensis OJ, which is also an orange guatemalensis. This is Phalaenopsis Blue Big Lip that is just beginning to open. And these are assortment of seedlings or other tender things that are here. This is my Aranthes grandiflora that is a recent, well, it's not recent repot, but it is slowly recovering from a repot. It's my Coelogene speciosa with 3 nice new growths coming up, and these are some of my Paphiopedilums that are multiflorals. Alongside, this is my Dendrobium Nobis, Purple Splash, with lots of nice new growths. No spikes though. So yeah, that's about it for this update. Let me check over here and see if I've missed anything. No, I don't believe so, but I will point this out, even though this is something that I should point out. I got this on my latest Equigenera order, and I've already pointed it out in an update before, but I wanted to do a little update on it. This is my Dendrobium Harvey Enum, and lo and behold, the 2 new growths are still there, and they're still green. This is the plant. It is just planted in a mixture of bark and charcoal. It sits over here in shade in a sort of a cooler microclimate over here. And I will point, well, if I get unstuck, but I will point this out as well. This is a recent repot right here. This is a species. This is Dendrobium trigonopus, and I just repotted it, and so I think it's safe to say that it has made it, well, I think I should wait. There are some Dendrobiums that if you water them too early, they will always rot their new growths. There are some dendrobiums that, and I think Dendrobium Phalaenopsis is one of those, and some of the Laturias as well, that you need to wait until they are at least a couple of inches, maybe 1 inch, nice healthy growth, before you really start to water them a little bit more, as we generally do when a plant is in new growth. So as you can see, this plant has 4 new growths, and the problem is, as this is one of those dendrobiums that is very susceptible to rot, and as it is not in the clear yet, the preferred method for these kinds are to let it wick the water up from, a bowl that it sits in with water, which is, I've watered it from the top, and it's sitting in a bowl of water. Well, maybe not now, but it usually is most of the time. And the growths are now well over the top. So I'm gonna maybe increase the watering a little bit more and not be so paranoid about it. And these are a couple of recent repots. These are both Epicattleya, or are they Epirosita? I believe it is Epicattleya rosita. But these are recent repots, and both of them are looking really nice as well. But I will just end the video on that note. Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and push the like button. And thanks for watching again. As always, enjoy your orchids. And I just noticed a sheep over here on this new growth down there. This is my Encyclia Spectra, I believe. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.